Hey everybody, welcome to the Solar Sister channel. It's your girl Solar Sister coming to you once again with another video. Y'all, in today's video I'd like to talk to you about 10 things that I am liking about the Gambia so far. Before we move forward, if you would, go ahead, thumbs up the video, hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, hit the notification bell if you'd like to be made aware of upcoming videos, and feel free to share with anyone you think might benefit. So let's get into this list. So guys, the first thing that I like about the Gambia is the people. When I first got here, and people would find out that I was visiting for the first time in the country and first time on the continent, overwhelmingly people would say, welcome home, welcome back. We're glad to have you back home. The Gambia is your home, and that warmth has continued to carry over to every day, that I've been here. The people here are so friendly, the people here are so warm, and I am just enjoying my stay. The second thing that I like about the Gambia is the food. Now, when I first arrived here in the Gambia, I arrived as a lacto-ovo vegetarian, and that just means that I was a vegetarian that ate eggs and some dairy products. But how many of y'all know that I am no longer a vegetarian anything now? Because the first meal that I had here in the Gambia was actually, well, the first Gambian meal I had was chicken domina. And it's still like one of my favorite meals. But that was the first meal that I had, the first Gambian meal that I had. And because the person was so excited about sharing a meal with me, I didn't have the heart to really just say, well, I don't eat meat or I don't eat chicken. So the person who brought me to the place to eat, I ended up giving him the chicken. And I was just going to eat the rice, with the gravy. Now, y'all know that gravy had some chicken juice still in there. So that chicken juice and that gravy woke up something in my spirit. So I am no longer a vegetarian. I still eat just a little bit of meat and chicken and fish. But for the most part, I'm no longer a vegetarian. Prior to coming here, I was a lacto-ovo vegetarian for 1.5 years. And before that, 3.5 years, I was a pescatarian, which meant that I ate fish. So about 5 years, I had been meatless, but needless to say, I now eat a little chicken, eat a little meat here and there. But because of the way because it's fresh and not pumped full of hormones, it's easy on my digestive system. So that's that. To piggyback onto number 2, this is number 3. I appreciate the fact that there are markets where you can get fresh fruit, fresh produce, fresh vegetables, fresh fruit on a daily basis. You may have a market in your area, or there may be roadside markets, but you can get some fresh fruit and vegetables at a reasonable cost here, and they are not GMO fruits and vegetables, which is a great thing. I also like the fact that most compounds have some type of fruit-bearing tree in their compound. Here in this compound, I actually have an avocado tree as well as a grapefruit tree and bananas. So I am looking forward to those trees producing some grapefruit. So I like that. Love that. Number 3, I like that, no, that was already did number 3. Number 4, I like that people are still focused on natural remedies for healing. That's what we come from. I remember growing up as a little girl in the South, my grandmother always had some kind of something she could pull together if you had some type of issue. So I like being able, to get back to a natural way of healing. I've never been a person who was big on medications. If you can help it, sometimes there are some things that, I guess you have to use to try to, some kind of prescriptions you might have to use temporarily to work on a certain issue until you can get control of it. But I like the fact that here they have a lot of natural remedies to take care of issues that might be concerning. Number five, the children. I like how the children are very respectful of their elders. I like the way the children are taught to greet people that they meet. I remember the first time a little baby came up to me to shake my hand. It was just the most precious thing. The baby came up to me, shook my hand, but I realized that that was actually nothing out of the ordinary. Here, the children are taught to walk up to you and greet you with a handshake, and I like that. In the States, people with children sometimes, would tell children to go give so and so a hug, and the child, might be shy and, may not know that person. They may not want to hug that person. And so the handshake I like because it's a way to be respectful and still allow the child, not to have to be put in an intimate, space with someone that they don't know. So I like that. I also like the fact that I have the ability to um, connect with a beach on a regular basis if I like. Access to a beach, listening to the waves, just watching the water is a way to decompress for me. I like the ability to be able to have access to that as much as I want. Number seven, I like the fact that I am safe. I feel safe. The safety here is not an issue. There is no gun culture here. Now, of course, you have some petty things that happen, petty crimes and so forth, but for the most part, overall, this is a safe place to be. I remember the first time, when I was walking at night, with some people, I was walking at night, and I remember seeing little kids walking in the dark. I'm like, well, why are the children out here so late? And I realized that's really like a norm. These little kids are able to walk through the dark. They can go to, from one compound to the next compound. They can walk to the store and feel safe because nobody is hurting little kids like that. They feel safe, and that's how kids should be able to live their lives. They should be able to just feel safe, wherever they're going, and not be worried about, a gun, not being worried about getting shot up in school. So I like that there's safety here. I like how people address each other here. They call each other, they would, call me sister if I was like in the way and they needed to get by. Excuse me, sister, or sister, can you do this? Or brother, can you do that? Or auntie or uncle. I like that. I like the respect level that's given here. Number nine, I like that the people will pray for you on the spot here. This is Gambia is mainly a Muslim country, and I think, well, for the most part, I think it's a Muslim country, but of course there are some Christians. The Christian faith is here as well. But for the most part, the people who have prayed for me on the spot have been Muslim people, and they will go into it, and I appreciate that. I think those prayers that people have prayed over me have basically covered me so far, since I've been here in this country. I like, this is number 10. I appreciate how people are still focused on community. That's how it used to be where I grew up in the South. Everybody, was focused on, keeping an eye on everybody else's children. If you were out, in the world acting a fool, anybody had the right. Anybody who knew your family had the right, to chastise you and tell you, what you were doing wrong and to get you on the straight and narrow. And they were going to report back to your family, so you knew you were going to get it again. But here, I like the way people still live communally in compounds. You might have 5 generations living up under one roof, or maybe more. You have grandma's compound, auntie's compound, uncle's compound, cousin's compound, or cousin's space inside of the compound. And so it's basically, the communal living that, black people used to do before, integration happened anyway. That's what I was accustomed to. The way I grew up, our house was on the same land as my grandma and great grandma, so I was in walking distance, to all of them. And we would walk at night, because it was our land. Nobody else was out there. So it would be dark, before my granddad put up the floodlight. You couldn't see your hand before your eyes, but we felt safe. We would walk, to my grandmother's house, and all times of the night and so forth, and feel safe. And so I like that people are still focused on the way things were before we got integrated in the States and started losing our minds. People are still focused on the village, focused on the connection to the community and the family. So that's all I have, guys. I chose the Gambia because it just resonated with me, because it kind of reminded me of my little hometown in Georgia. And I felt like this would just be the space where I could just set up, camp here and feel comfortable, feel like home. And it has felt that way. And I'm so thankful for the people that I've been meeting. I'm thankful for the people that I have met. And I just look forward to just continuing to grow while being here, and continuing to learn as much as I can about this place and about the people here, and just continue to enjoy my whole black life. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and end here. Like I always say, guys, if you cannot do anything else, protect your headspace, protect your heart space, and keep your vibration high. Until the next one, it's your girl, Solar Sister. Peace.